Hello, my internet fans. We're here at the milestone episode. I've made it. This is number 50, the golden anniversary, or whatever you want to call it, of my show, the Stat Boy Rants. And as always, for the 50th time, my rants are Stat Boy approved. I look pretty damn good for a 50 episode person. Just kidding. So, got plenty to talk about. Pay attention to this. Read everything. Here we go. The first item on the list. I would like to talk wrestling related, but not actual wrestling. And that would be Stone Cold Steve Austin's new reality show titled Redneck Island. Now he's been tweeting about this like crazy on Twitter, and I really didn't catch on. So, you know, in the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'm a jackass. And we're sitting around here at Casa D18, and we go through the channels, and lo and behold, there it is. So we set it on our DVR, and we're gonna watch this show. And Renegade gives me the basic premise. Basically, it's Survivor with rednecks, and it's like, boy, that's profiling, and that's wrong. You all right there, Jeff? No. Meacham's not feeling good, folks. Send him your best wishes.
Just a cold, man. We're gonna die.
He's not gonna die. Okay.
I could if the Kings won the cup. I don't have to give a shit anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I should have looked up the definition of the word redneck, but I didn't get a chance to. But if you don't know what a redneck is, look it up. I mean, the simple terms as, you know, they drink beer, they have a truck, they live on a ranch, they live in Texas apparently. I know I'm going off of what I know. In fact, somebody in the comment box, please put the correct and proper definition of a redneck. Yes, Renegade?
Jeff Foxworthy defined redneck for us like 20-something years ago.
Yes, he did.
And you know those routines.
I do know.
So you should know what a fucking redneck is.
I want the Webster's Dictionary to confirm it. Anywho, the game of Redneck Island takes place in Mexico. It has 12 players. They're competing for $100,000, and it's just like Survivor. It is the Western Southern version of Survivor. But the thing is, they are not roughing it at all. Yes, they're living on a beach, okay? But they've got huts, they've got electricity, they've got a swimming pool, whereas on Survivor, they've just got a beach and a few tools. They both have tools. Both shows have tools. But, you know, they got, you know, horrid weather conditions and everything like that. I mean, they're basically vacationing. And of course the beer is the big kick. I mean, they probably put away easily 3 full packs of beer. And if you pay if you pay attention to the theme song of Redneck Island, it belongs to Cowboy James Storm, who works for TNA. Yet Stone Cold has a Legends contract with WWE. Anyway, so the teams all live, the 12 live on the beach, you know, and apparently somebody brought a fish. They didn't catch it, they brought it. And I mean, this was a big old fish. And I mean, these are the ones that would make its own reality show. And they're cutting it up, and they're cooking and everything, and of course one guy isn't doing enough work on the beach, and he's just sitting around drinking beer, and you know, the girls are in their swimsuits in the pool and all this, and then Stone Cold shows up, and he says, you know, we're gonna play these games because we're all a bunch of rednecks. Winner gets $100,000. Survivor gets $1 million. Redneck Island gets $100,000. So, you know, there's a big cut right there. And sadly, in reality show history, usually players quit. In the first episode, 2 players have already quit. One of the rednecks, his name was JP. He's a type 2 diabetic. He works too hard, his blood sugar's too high, the medics come in, he gets sick, and he has to be taken out of the game. So, you know, that's kind of sad. Then another contestant, his name was Adam. In the challenge, this was their team challenge, he ended up separating his shoulder. What they had to do was they had like 6 or 8 porta potties, but because apparently the term porta potty is synonymous with rednecks, and they wanted to be a little bit politically correct, they used them as facilities. So they had couples all just locked in them. They had to unlock the porta potties, and the reward was a porta potty. So you're not pissing on the beach. And sadly, the guy that had his shoulders separated had to leave the game. Yet the doctors told him that he could stay, but he chose to leave the game. So one guy left because he was diabetic, the other guy was a straight out quitter. And the way they eliminate each other is they write their names on the beer cans. And of course one of the rednecks decides to have a toast and drink it off. Is it a funny show? Yes. It's a nice way to see Stone Cold. You know, we're gonna continue watching it. You know, Stone Cold's trying to be like Jeff Probst and all that. So, you know, and it's on the CMT channel too. Boy. So yeah, it's a good show. It's good. It makes you laugh and you get to see Stone Cold. So, you know, Redneck Island. Stone Cold's new show is definitely Stat Boy approved. Now, let's move on to... let's talk about some baseball that I like to talk about. I frequently watch, or I go to MLB.com, and there was a gentleman at a recent Astros and Giants game. Now, it's no secret, you know, I'm an Angels fan. I like the Dodgers and all that, and you know, San Francisco. I like the San Francisco team because of their stadium, and their stadium is built right behind a bay, or right on San Francisco Bay. So you know, if you hit a home run, you know, the balls will go in the water, and that's kind of cool, you know, because you know, if you want to hang out, and you know, there are a lot of boats that hang out in the cove. I can't remember the name of the cove, but during this game between the Astros and the Giants, somebody had put together a jetpack, all black, and it was propelled by water. It was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. This guy, he's literally hovering maybe about 20 to 25 feet or off the water. He's got like a buoy attached to the pack. So this, I guess this buoy is like a little tank, or it's a tether or something. And he's got these 2 jets on the side, and he's just hovering along. And the commentators actually got wind of it, and the director of the game, he's flipping between the action of the game and this guy just cruising along in the bay. And the commentators are like, well, he's just trying to get a free game, and the next thing you know, he starts going up a little bit, and the technology in that is quite fascinating. So, you know, go on YouTube if it's still up on MLB.com, check out that video because it's a pretty cool shot of a guy in a jetpack powered by water. Very cool. Another video that caught my eye, and this is like, what the hell are you watching this for? The pitcher's name is Chris Perez. I didn't get a chance to fully read the story, but the headline caught my eye, and it said, Chris Perez earns a save but loses his lunch. Apparently he's a relief pitcher, and sadly, he got sick. You know, stuff like that happens. But, you know, it's like projectile vomiting, okay? But, you know, he got sick, okay? That's the thing of it. But it's like the camera catches him doing it, and then they replay it on the internet, and that's a moment you don't want to see. And while he's getting sick, the commentators are very professional. They do not mention him. It's like, oh my God, Chris Perez isn't doing quite well. Let's hope he's feeling better. They just continue on talking like they're supposed to. But he's okay. He tweeted that, or he said, you know, he wasn't feeling well, and it just happened, but he's okay. But still, that's kind of like, you got a major league pitcher, you do not want to see him yakking all over the pitcher's mound, because that's it's like, why would you show that stuff? Okay. Also, touching on, let's mix baseball and hockey together. The Stanley Cup, which belongs to the LA Kings, again, good job to them, congratulations guys. The Stanley Cup made an appearance at Dodger Stadium, and basically the Kings were there. They got to go into the clubhouse. They got to hang out with the team. Matt Kemp was he marked out big time. He went up to it, and the first thing he said was, "It's like, all right, how many fingerprints and lip kisses are on this?" He got a few laughs on that. And there was a big picture right on the mound. The Kings were in the middle. The Dodgers were on the left. The Angels even got involved because, you know, they were right there. And then the Dodgers they all threw a ceremonial pitch, you know. And one thing I didn't mention when I made an appearance on Renegade Show was the Dodger game actually stopped for a quick second. Vin Scully actually made the announcement that the Kings had won the Cup, and on the big screen in center field, the Fox Sports West feed came in, and the Kings are celebrating, you know, and the fans, and Magic Johnson even stood up and applauded the team. So, you know, good for the LA teams to show unity. And Vin Scully even talked about the Cup and gave a little history lesson, and you know, that I like Vin Scully. There's even a picture floating around. I don't know if I mentioned the picture, but on Facebook there's a picture featuring Bob Miller, Chick Hearn, and Vin Scully, each with their championship. I think it's been altered with their championship trophies behind them. And before I continue on, in fact I am going to continue on. While everybody was at Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals, which was Wednesday, I believe it was, Casa D 18 was at the Staples Center. I was at Cars Land at California Adventure, where you'll find my little props here, Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater. These are made out of Legos, by the way. If you catch me on Facebook, I still play with Legos, okay? I'm turning 35, and I still want to play with Legos, okay? It's a hobby, okay? But basically, it was what's called a cast member preview. And now that Cars Land is open, I can talk about it. Because confidentiality laws and all that, but this Cars Land has been part of the Disney California Adventure expansion forever and a day. What was in Cars Land before? A parking lot. You walk in, it's just like you're at Radiator Springs. You know, you got Flo's Cafe, you got the Surplus, Sargent Surplus, you got the Radiator Springs Racers, which is like the e-ticket ride. It is a good ride. It's fast. It's fun. You feel the banks and all that. You got the Cozy Cones, which is a quick service eating place. Flo's is quick service as well, but it's a little more upscale. It's not like 5-star. It's like maybe a 3-star place there. I have said I didn't have fun going, but the main reason I didn't have fun was because I was by myself. I had nobody to go with. So it's like, I understood that Casa de 18 was at Staples Center, but I didn't figure that out till I got the tickets. So, you know, I don't want to give too much away because, you know, you got to see this for yourself. I'll let you guys know now. Expect long lines. It's going to be packed. It's going to be crazy all through the summer. And you're going to want to, but you will want to check it out. It is worth it. You know, come to Disneyland this summer if you can. Check out Cars Land. They did a red carpet event. They had all the cast except for Owen Wilson. He was not there. Larry the Cable Guy was the main attraction, which was fun. And you know, just come out and have a good time. All right? All right. So this part of the rants are over. Now I'm going to take a quick little break, and then we're going to get into the good stuff. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, and I'm going to give you my predictions for the pay-per-view this weekend. Stay tuned.